The song Still Bleeding from Color Journey Records that looks like this. And this album came out 2006 already, but this was a version remixed in 2024, I think in January. I remixed it in 23 and 24 it came out to all the social platforms. So you hear the new versions, new mixed and mastered versions online, and I think it sounds way better than the album itself. So yeah, it's a better drum sound and guitar sound and vocal sound. That's just a fact for some reason. Yeah, that was Still Bleeding. And well, hello everybody, Amiga 1200, Danielle and Nick, welcome to the chat. And well, that slap delay, that was this sound here that just so the delay is in this tempo, but if I play against it, it repeats a note in between. So that's actually the secret here. So without delay it sounds like this. That's really the piece that I play. So that sounds a lot more boring, right? But with delay, it's really like. So that's basically that whole part. And yeah, this is totally inspired by, Pink Floyd, Marillion, those kind of bands that I listened to a lot when I was younger, and still do actually. It starts in actually E minor. Then here it changes to D minor. Then it goes to E major, C minor, C sharp minor, sorry. Then to B major, I think. And then back to E minor, E major actually. And the solo is in C sharp minor. So I play there. So that's all in C sharp minor. And well, that whole key is more based around the E major scale. So the C sharp minor and E major scale. So the whole chorus is like. But the vocal line is more like. So yeah, these are notes that fit the E major scale. So yeah, the chorus in major and the verses in minor, and that's just my part there, which is really low in the mix. You can't hear it that well, but it just fills up a little bit the bassiness in that little piece. And yeah, it is more keyboard driven part there, and yeah, that's what Still Bleeding is a little bit about. That's those are the main ingredients. I mean, the main melody in the beginning. It's really this, and then. So that just repeats in an octave. And I repeat the speed in the solo. So basically, it's just that melody in the second part of the solo, and yeah, this I like to play a lot, and just you know, melody-based solo parts that just follow, you know, the whole atmosphere of the song. So not only about shredding, but also about really filling melodies and make it melodic and feeling the whole atmosphere in the song. So Still Bleeding is a good example of that, how that's written. And yeah, a lot of pieces that I make are like that. So I really try to follow, like a certain melody, rhythm, or like song-based ideas instead of just shredding over. That's what I always try to do. So the key is pretty going everywhere, but the whole atmosphere stays in the E major kind of scale. So yeah, that's what it's about. And yeah, I really like to play with when after the E major part the C comes. That's where it starts to get different, because there it goes E minor, from E major to E minor, and then the sixth chord C. But that comes right after the B, so that makes sense to go into that, because it follows up, and those are little songwriting tricks that I use all the time, just to make the music, like floating over in a normal sense. So I hope that explains it a little bit, but yeah, this is just how I write, and I write like that naturally. It's just how I feel music, and how I just yeah, in my head, want the song to go, especially. So I don't really think about it. It's just the feeling that I have, but it's theoretically it fits. So that's what I know now, and what I didn't know back then, because when I wrote it I was not that good in theory yet. So I learned that way after I recorded Color Journey. So that's actually a thing that actually enriched me in my knowledge. But yeah, I mean, when I started to analyze my songs, then I just found out that I naturally already did that. So a lot of bands already do that naturally also, because they kind of like the sound, or they like the feeling, or they like the rhythmic variation, or something like that. I mean, they don't have to be a theoretical wonder to do this. And I think you should never let theory be in the way either. So I really try to avoid my knowledge of theory when I write. I want to feel, I want to listen, and I want to, and when I really don't have a clue where to go to, then I sometimes think about theory, which direction could I go, and then I come to other ideas, but it's only for those little parts where I don't have a clue where to go to sometimes when I write. But for the rest, I just go with the flow, actually. So that's a very important piece, I think, to learn as a musician, to follow, basically. Yeah, what I think, at least. So that's just my opinion, and I mean, you have to do what you like, but for me this works, and it is always what I dig to write. So more in that sense. Another song that's a major is this one. That's Moira. Do major songs. There you go, Moira. One of my ballads that I wrote for Guitar Talk back in the day. And yeah, this was a song that was much streamed on all the platforms. So maybe my most well-known song, actually. And people like this for some reason. Because it's a ballad, I guess. And ballads still, I think still, after all these years, they still rule the world. I mean, it was already like that in the 80s, it was in the 90s, it was actually in every year that ballads always did great for some reason. And I fucking love them. I fucking love them. I'm an old dude, so I like my ballads. And yeah, that's just how it is. And yeah, with all the bands, I created ballads. Even with Limo Voice, with Sun Cage, we make ballads or balladish songs. We had always some quieter songs or things like with atmosphere. And let's see. I don't know if I can do this, but I don't think I have the right sounds for it. But I can try at least. Somebody asked me like in another live stream, man, I could hear some Lima Voice, some old stuff from Divided, and man, this I haven't played for years because we don't exist for a long time. So, but yeah, we remastered Divided, so that was a thing that we did, and yeah, so we can always try to do a song that's maybe will be cool to play. I mean, this is Barentromp. I mean, I have my standard sound. Could I play with it? Let's see if I can do it. I don't know. When the Cradle Cries. Wanna try. and stick throughout the whole song from Barentromp. Beautiful instrument. And yeah, the guitar part. I mean, I was not. I mean, the ending of the solo, I didn't know anymore. It was like something like. Yeah, this is right. I remember now. I should remember when I played it, but I was just like thinking about it, and then I got it back. But that was a song, man, that we created in 1997. Is on Divided, that came out 1999, and just been released on Spotify, iTunes, etc. in a remastered version. So you can enjoy it now too over the whole world. So that's good, because it was not there for a long time. So we finally made that happen. And yeah, so and this was one of the quieter songs on that album. Like I said, ballads, but with a proggy attitude, with a little bit of a story behind it. And you know, actually, I need the delay sound for this too, because for some reason this I'm used to, but this goes like. It should sound like that, so there comes a delay in the tongue, kang, 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 kang. So I think you have to set a delay like in that tempo or something to. I will make a cradle cry sound, and then I just play it normal next time. Also, the rhythm sound is less gainier than I played it with, because the rhythm sound is actually my Marshall JP1 that I had back then. But I used the overdrive one, and I took the gain totally down for that piece, and so this is way too heavy. I think it was more like maybe when I put it to single and then just a bit down the volume. Sounded more like that, so not too gainy, and that's actually what I used on the album, just to have a different kind of a feel for that song. And well, back then I didn't have an XFX like I have now, you know, like the FM9 on the floor and the XFX Live. So I did not, of course, back then, you know, the JMP1 with a Rocktron. Did I have already the Replifex, or did I have still the Intellifex? I'm not sure. I mean, I had the Intellifex before, and after that I changed to the Replifex, and that was in my Suncage years. So I wonder if I already had the Replifex on this. I don't think I had it still. I had it yet on this album, but I had the Marshall JMP1. So this I had, and I was madly in love with that little preamp. That was really a great sounding, and still is a great sounding preamp. And this is modeled here, so this is exactly that sound. That's for me my rhythm sound that I used already for more than 30 years, and one of my signature sounds. So definitely, man, that was a long time ago, right? Limo Voice, When the Cradle Cries. Jesus, a song that we wrote in '97. So yeah, been some years ago, almost 30. Yeah, count the years. Yeah. Anyway, but that's an example of also in the bands that were, you know, like prog metal that I had. We had some ballads or balladish songs, and I'm still doing them also on my solo albums, or balladish songs, I have to say. And Moira's one, Inner Alchemy is another, for example. You can count Endless too in that category, although Endless is a little bit more like new agey. I mean, let me play that one, because it's a beautiful song, and it has a different kind of vibe in my set list. So I just take the sound for it, because I made also for this I made a patch that sounds. Acoustic. let me start that up and play it. my little new age escape. And that all comes from my listening to a lot of Mike Oldfield. I mean, I love Mike Oldfield. I think he's a great artist, great guitarist too. And love his melodies, love his songs. And this was a little bit an answer, maybe with Steve Morris meets Mike Oldfield, with that atmosphere at least. And I wanted a bit new agey atmosphere in that, like keyboards, like a bit atmospheric parts. And I did the same with my guitar. I did a lot of delays in the intro. So what you heard was a volume pedal and delays. So actually the sound sounds like this. So lots of long delays. And then I just... You know, like that is too much. But with the volume pedal, I go from nothing. And that creates that atmosphere, so that's pretty cool. And the lead sound is just a little bit different delay. So a lot faster, the delay. There was a team delay little piece where I played which in itself is a great picking exercise. So if you want to learn to alternate picking in arpeggios, this is a very cool lick to learn. I mean, this is pretty tough to pick. Let me put the delay off so that you can hear better what I play. So this is what I play, like. So it's yeah. That's a good picking exercise, I can tell you. But yeah, I practice a lot of, you know, picking arpeggios. I mean, it's a very good exercise. Like to can do it like this. So these are great exercises to do. And in general, this is just, you know, a little result that I have here in this song. Like, this is sus2 arpeggio. Just like this open D with just an open string. Guitar's a little bit, I don't know, a little bit out of tune. Let's see. Yeah, could be a little bit better in tune, but my thing is totally down, so I have to, you know, adjust, etc. Not in the mood, I have to change strings anyway. So, not gonna do that now. So, sorry for a little bit out of tuneness. Yeah. So, yeah, that's just what it is. Anyway, so Endless is basically that little arpeggio piece that is difficult in the song. The rest is just, you know, playing with effects, the beautiful melodies again, and you know, the acoustic guitar that just, you know, it's actually tuned in drop D, so that actually the low D is also going. I mean, I mute it now to play, you know, the piece, because my guitar is not in drop G. It's on. I mute it with my thumb here. basically that. So my thumb is like muting then the E string, because of course on a standard tuning you cannot do that, because that sounds ugly when you have a low E in there. That's a little bit weird. But the low D sounds great. So I did that on my acoustic. I played it on I played on a Yamaha APX series, but nowadays I have a new one that's really a great guitar. Check this out. This is Ovation Celebrity, great instrument. I just have this new, so I'm using this now for recordings, and that sounds killer, I can tell you. Now I'm with the cable under this chair, that's not very good. So yeah, anyway, that's what I'm using now currently. So it is a new guitar that I have in the house, and yeah, new guitars are coming. I mean, I'm like changing my collection a little bit, and so new instruments will come also in the near future to I mean, this one I keep forever. For sure. This one is my signature series that was released by Boel Guitars, and yeah, this is just, it's an MC model, so it stands for Marcel Coenen model, and yeah, this is just has everything I need and everything I want. Seymour Duncan are like pickups. These are Boel pickups, but they sound like Seymour Duncans. Yeah, Floyd Rose 1000, which I changed with a bus that it is a push-in. So I can just push in the tremolo, you know, like this, and I just do this, boop, erin, and it stays in place. You know, this is what I like better than, you know, that screw that you have to screw and stuff. This I hate. So this I changed out, and for the rest, my guitar is totally the same as a customer would buy it when Boel still existed and sold these guitars. So it is not that different. Just of that little push-in thing that I have different, and I put this in the middle, and Huub, the owner, put it here. You see here the screw sitting, so he put it there. He thought that was a better balance, but I'm just used to this balance, and it's fine for me. So that's why I put it back in the middle, like I mean, I'm an old school player, so I don't need all these new, you know, like tanned frets and everything. I just want normal. I'm used to that, and fine. So yeah, so that's what it is. I'm gonna do one more, and then I take a rest, because I have a radio show coming up tonight. And if you're in the mood, you can tune in. That's I'll put a link in the chat. There you go. Yeah. And yeah, metalmessiahradio.com. And I'm gonna start DJing there in about 3 hours and 10 minutes. So at 10 o'clock Dutch time. So now it is 10 minutes before 7 o'clock. So in 3 hours I'm gonna DJ there, and until 1 o'clock in the night, and I just play you know, all kinds of great metal tracks and some other stuff. So if you're in the mood, come down and enjoy some music. And now I'm gonna play one song left here in the chat. And let me do Stationary Minta. This is a little bit bluesy parts, but it's a pretty cool thing. I have to change sound. Shit. That was Station Araminta, also from the Guitar Talk Records. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in today to the live stream. So in 3 hours from now, I'm gonna start DJing at metalmessiahradio.com. I just posted the link in the chat, so you can see it there. And when you click on replay chat, you can see it in the video too. And I do that every Thursday, by the way. So every Thursday between 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock at night, I'm DJing and playing some cool music from, unknown bands, known bands, everything. So just tune in, and you can hear something you don't hear that often, maybe, and some cool stuff. So yeah, see you there, maybe, and else just until the next live stream, I guess. So thank you, bye bye, and cheers.